Okay, now we're asked to give the domain and the range of the function with by just looking at the graph. Okay, it's a piece of cake. Look, your domain. What's your domain? Oh my God, what's well, your domain is just your vertical asymptote. Vertical asymptote, and the vertical asymptote is crossing at -4. So your domain would be what? -4. Yes, sir. Oh, sorry, that looks crappy, but okay. X is not equal to -4. That's your domain. And your range? What do you think would be your range? Range. Yeah, you got it right. Your range is your horizontal asymptote, which is crossing at 1. Right? Right there, it's 1. Range. So you would write it as, oh, I can't write these things. Okay. Y is not equal to 1. There you go. There's your range. That's it. That's all you have to do. You just gotta look at these lines, these imaginary lines called asymptotes. Now let's take a look at this graph. Looks a little bit more interesting. What's the domain of our graph right here? Domain is our vertical asymptote, and our vertical asymptote is 0. Yeah, so domain is x is not equal to 0. Oh, okay, we're not a little bit out of there. Okay, x is not equal to 0. And what's your range? Range? Where's the range? You might be tempted to say, oh, I can work this. Your range would be all real numbers. All real numbers. Just like that. And why? Because you don't have a horizontal asymptote. You have an oblique asymptote. And if you have an oblique asymptote, then your range is just all real numbers. Okay? Now, oh, let me put it here. No horizontal asymptote. So you have all real numbers. Now let's take a look at this one. What's your domain? The domain of this graph. Yeah, I think you got it right. I mean, if you answered, if not, then that's okay, because you're learning and you have to practice. So that's your domain, your vertical asymptotes, which are 3 and -3. You see them? 3 and -3. And your range is your horizontal asymptote, but there's a catch here, because the line leaves this space right here. So because of that space, you have to write it like this. You have to write y. Oh my god. Y is less than -2, and y is greater than or equal to, oh no, it's -3 here, equal to -2, and that's it. You just have to write it like that. So if you see a graph that looks like this, just remember that this space right here, you just have to plug in both numbers with these. This is less than and greater or equal. Greater or equal. Okay, I hope you like this first set of videos, and remember that I will be doing better every week. I will get more stuff to make it look nicer, and let's do this. We can pass the class. Tell your friends, subscribe, like. Goodbye, good luck. See you next week.